Did you know that honey is a nice sweetener that has been widely used for thousands of years? Known for being a rich source of antioxidants, vitamins, amino acids, and minerals, consuming honey is one of the greatest ways to protect your body against flu, cold, and even obesity. Yes, we all love honey. And for over the past 20 years, the consumption of New Zealand honey in both domestic and overseas has increased dramatically due to a better living standard, higher income, and of course, nowadays, people tend to be more concerned about health and beauty, and yeah, honey became one of their choices. But how much do you actually know about New Zealand industry honey? So today, we're here to dig in and find out more about the supply of this superfood. Yup, making honey is an art, and we cannot forget to mention our little friends who do this work for us, the honeybees. The number of honeybees contributes to the amount of honey supplied every year, and there are many factors that affect the supply of honey in New Zealand. The first one is pesticides. Using too much pesticides could cause damages to the honeybees' ability to gather food or even kill them. Especially, pesticides weaken the bees' memory, make them become slower learners, and forget the floral scents. There are two types of pesticides that are commonly used today: neonicotinoids and commophores. The bees that feed on neonicotinoids contaminated pollen and nectar will forage less and produce fewer offspring. The commophores is used to kill varroa mites. However, it has very bad effects on the bees' brains too.
Besides pesticides, varroa mite also has something to do with the New Zealand honey supply. Varroa mite is an external parasitic mite that attaches to honeybee's body. It weakens the bee by sucking hemolymph and spreads the deformed wings virus, which leads to the death of honeybee colony. Usually in the late autumn to spring, the time bees produce most honey. Varroa mite is one of the biggest threats to beekeeping industry and also the main reason for colony collapse disorder in many countries including New Zealand. This mite not only reduces the number of bees in managed hives but also damages crop pollination. North Island, Hauraki Gulf, Canterbury and the West Coast are affected by varroa mites. First entered New Zealand in April 2000. For the past 15 years, it had halved the number of working hives. Ministry of Agriculture Forestry estimated the mite will cost New Zealand's economy between $400 and $900 million over 35 years. In addition to this is climate change. Honeybee losses doubles in a year due to poor winter. To produce body heat and stay alive, honeybees must rely on their honey. Hives of honeybees consume up to 30 pounds of stored honey over the course of a single winter. In the winter, there are not many flowers for bees to do their job, and the low temperature discourages bees from leaving their hives for honey. Therefore, time spent making honey of bees will be lessened. In spring, honeybees tend to make over twice as much honey as that in the winter. Pollution is also seen as a reason for a decrease in honey supply because honeybees can hardly locate flowers due to a high level of air pollution that interferes with the flower scent. Before the 80s, a flower scent could travel up to 4,000 feet. Today, in highly polluted areas, it is thought to travel only up to 1,000 feet. Pollutants from automobiles and power plants result in the death of a huge number of bees every year. Air pollution is bad in the hot summer. It is when pollination activity is at its highest. It is extremely difficult for flowering plants such as fruit and vegetables to proliferate under these polluted conditions. There are some other factors, such as deforestation and some species that hunt bees called bee eaters. They could affect the honey supply as well, as they decrease the worker bees in the hives.
Do you want to start your career with honey business? Then there's something you need to know first. One of the greatest barriers to enter the honey business is land. You gotta have land, like big ones and near crops is best. However, not everybody can afford land, right? Especially these days when land and house prices in New Zealand are extremely high. It's very important that you establish the right time to start your colony. If you start it too early, then the bees will be unable to find food and keep warm. If you start it too late, then well, the bees will not have enough time to make honey for the winter, or they will miss out on the first major push of nectar. More importantly, as a beekeeper, you gotta have bees, hives, smokers, and protective gears. Learning and acquisition of knowledge on beekeeping is very essential. Plus, honey is a luxury good, so as income goes down in an economic recession, people will buy less honey, and beekeeping is heavily dependent on the activity of honeybees, temperature, and climate as well. Oh, and there are so many other honey brands in the market, which means the market for honey is quite competitive. Manuka honey is a very unique product of New Zealand, and besides all of the barriers above, Manuka market has some extra ones such as Manuka trees. This is because the bees collected nectar from the Manuka flowers and then make Manuka honey. There are so not many Manuka trees around, and it also takes about 20 years for a Manuka tree to fully grow, and this makes the Manuka honey market even more difficult to enter.